Hey y'all, welcome back. So we are finally doing another paycheck budget video. I want to say it's been like since June that I've done a video, and it's now October, so it's been quite some time, but I'm excited to get back. So yeah, let's jump into it. So before we get into it, I do videos like this all the time. So either my paycheck budgeting videos or my ever long saga of trying to get a house, saving for that, anything like personal finance related, I talk about on the channel. So if you're interested in that, make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss a video. Okay, back to the budget. So just as a reminder, I get paid every other week. This is my first paycheck for October, but it didn't actually hit my account until October 13th, which is later than usual, but that's because September had 3 paychecks. So it kind of threw everything off, but September was a nice month, so I was happy about that. But yeah, so for this paycheck, I was paid $3,183.83. Now, my big ticket items are, number one, rent. My rent is going up. But the way I pay for rent is I started using a credit card called Bilt, and Bilt allows me to pay my rent without having a fee, like a transaction fee for using a credit card, so I can just put it on the credit card. So I'm paying myself in advance for rent, basically. So October, where you see the line item of rent, that money, that $900, that's going to be put in a savings account. And then when I get paid the second time in October, that money will also be put into a savings account. So that way, November 1st, I can use the credit card to pay for my rent and then just move the money from my savings account to pay off the credit card. So that's how I've been doing things for the last several months. But yeah, so $900, and my rent is going up, but when I renewed my lease, they gave me like a $500 concession off of my first full month rent. So November will actually be a lower rent for me. It should be like around $1,500, which is amazing. I haven't paid that in like over a year for rent. So I'm actually happy about that. But I'm still just gonna put like $900, which is what I've been doing, just so that I can have like a little bit of cushion. And so when December comes and I have to pay my first full month rent of like $2,100 or so, it won't hit me as hard, so I can have like a little bit of buffer already saved for that. So yeah, $900 for rent. Next is tithes. So I have a whole video about like why I tithe, but I do. So you can go ahead and check that video out if you want. But for now, I'm putting, not for now, but related to this video, I'm gonna do $315 for rent, for tithes. So that's about 10% of this check. Next up is family. So I haven't talked about this with y'all, but since like 2017, like since I first started, being an adult and having like a career and everything and living on my own, once I got like settled into my first job, I decided that I wanted to start like helping a family member, and I've just been like helping them every month by paying a bill. So yeah, I haven't talked about that because transparent moment. So y'all know that I've been paying tithes, or I've been tithing since like 2021. That's when I first started. But the way I would do it is, instead of the full, sorry, my phone just went off. So let's say that like my tithes at the time was like $400, and I was helping this family member out with a bill, and let's say that month the bill was $100. I would pay that bill of $100 to my family, and then the remaining $300 is what I would tithe. And my mindset at the time was, I'm still tithing, like I'm still giving to God, and I'm helping a family member. So that money like isn't for me, it's to help other people, and tithing is like giving back to God and helping the church. And so that's how my mindset was around it. But lately, like this year, It's just been like weighing on me more of like revisiting how I tithe and realizing that like I wasn't like fully tithing because I wasn't giving the whole like 10%. Like I was still helping other people, but that should be like a different line item other than just tithing, because tithing is the 10%. So moving forward, I'm going to start tithing completely like 10% and not taking some of my tithe money to help family. Like if I'm going to help family, then that should just come out of my like personal money. So, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I try to be like as transparent, and I didn't want to like keep this from y'all since I'm like changing how I do things. So my tithes will be full 10% now, and I now have this like a dedicated line item to like help this family member. So yeah, so I budgeted like $250. That bill, like it goes up and down, so sometimes it can be more than $250, but sometimes it's less. It's like seasonal. It's seasonal really. So like right now it's starting to go down, so instead of $250 it's actually $175.05. So yeah, I'll be paying that. Next big ticket item is saving for my house. I have that automated now, so is that right? Oh yeah, it is. Sorry. I was like, $630, that's a lot. Why is that so much? Sorry, that is right. So every 2 weeks, every time I get paid, that money is automated out of my checking and put into my high yield savings account that I have with Ally Bank. And again, I have a whole video about that if you're interested, but I am on this journey to get a house, a journey that we started together back in 2021, and I'm still on the journey. But you know what? Delayed but not denied, okay? It'll happen one day. And when it does happen, I'll be in the best position possible to make it happen. Next is groceries, so that's $200. I live by myself. I don't have kids. So I try to make that work. So every 2 weeks, I'm gonna put like $200 towards groceries. A new thing is Planet Fitness. I joined a gym and I've been working out. So I pay for the black card for that so that I can go to like any gym as I like travel and stuff. So that's $25.05. And last but not least, it has finally come. The day has finally come, y'all, to pay back student loans. That starts this month for everyone who has federal student loans. For me, mine's either October 17th or the 19th. I need to go back and check. But I will have to start paying $223.47, which I have not done since 2020. When the pandemic first started, I continued to pay my student loans just because I didn't know how long this was going to last, and I didn't know how long the freeze would last, and I was paying off the interest, which looking back, I should have put more money towards the principal versus the interest, but whatever, too late now. But yeah, I basically paid off all of my interest, which was, I think, close to like $2,000. But yeah, I did that back in 2020. And then once the interest was paid off, I just never put more money towards it. And I have feelings about that now. But again, can't do anything about it. So anyway, yeah, I'll start back paying student loans, which makes me sad, but it is what it is, which leaves me with $715.26 as fun money or discretionary money that I can do for whatever I want. I'm not currently investing in my Roth IRA right now, but I do invest every paycheck into my 401k and my HSA. So I'm happy about that, but I'm just not investing right now into my Roth IRA because I'm choosing to the money that I would have been investing, I'm choosing to put that towards getting a house. So that 715, that's really up for me to decide what I want to do for the next 2 weeks, so that can be spent, you know, on like lifestyle things, so like eating out, hanging out with friends, shopping. Christmas is coming up, so maybe Christmas gifts. Yeah, just anything that I want to spend it on, basically. But I give myself like permission to have that fun money because I've already taken care of all the other things that are like critical and things that have to happen. Yeah, so that's how my paycheck is going to be spent, the first paycheck of October. And don't worry, by the end of this month, I will be releasing my Notion template. If you like this layout of how I budget things, I will be releasing that to y'all by the end of this month. So stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave some comments down below. Again, make sure you're subscribed if you're not already subscribed. And I'll see you next time. Bye.